Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel, where we pull back the velvet curtain on the fascinating, sometimes turbulent, and always compelling world of the British royal family. Today, we explore an event that is already being described by royal watchers and insiders as nothing short of unprecedented, a crack in the armor of centuries-old protocol, a moment where Buckingham Palace, perhaps pushed by modern pressures or deliberate strategy, broke with tradition to send a message that no one could mistake for silence. But before we dive into the details of this quietly explosive story, please take a moment to show your support by liking this video. Your engagement helps us keep these in-depth royal reports coming. If you haven't subscribed yet, do consider joining our community, turn on notifications so you never miss a breaking story or nuanced royal analysis. Now, let's turn to the core of today's episode, a subject that cuts to the heart of royal mystique, digital age publicity, and the new language of power at Buckingham Palace. For generations, the royal family's public relations philosophy has been anchored in a single, unbreakable rule: never complain, never explain. Those 4 words, whispered in palace corridors and repeated by the Queen Mother herself, became the shield behind which Queen Elizabeth II and her advisors fended off controversy, rumor, and tabloid storm. Through decades of triumph and tragedy, that mantra served to keep the monarchy dignified and apart, aloof, some would say, but always unassailable. This policy meant that for almost every headline, whether about personal dramas, marital strife, or tabloid invention, the palace would maintain a stoic silence. Official statements were rare, reserved for constitutional matters, state business, or life's great milestones: births, deaths, jubilees. Private affairs, no matter how much they set tongues wagging, were left to speculation. In an age before social media, this made the crown seem timeless, even untouchable. But the world has changed. And in recent years, the fabric of royal communication has been stretched, challenged, and, some would argue, forced to adapt. The seismic rift triggered by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's decision to step back from royal duties in 2020, their relocation to California, and their embrace of global media platforms, opened up a chasm between tradition and the 21st century media ecosystem. This family split, highly public, deeply personal, has been the subject of endless headlines, interviews, and even Netflix documentaries. The relationship between Prince Harry and his immediate family, especially his father King Charles III and his elder brother, the Prince of Wales, has, by all accounts, grown distant and fraught. Yet, throughout the firestorm, the palace has mostly adhered to its tried-and-tested policy: keep calm, carry on, say nothing. Until now. A video that sparked a digital storm. The catalyst for today's story was not an official announcement, but a viral video shared, tellingly, not from within the palace, but from Meghan Markle's own Instagram account. The footage, which quickly racked up millions of views, offered an unusually intimate glimpse into the Sussexes' private life. Meghan, heavily pregnant, dancing, some said twerking, in a hospital labor room with Prince Harry by her side, the music blaring, "Baby Mama." Some fans loved it, calling it refreshingly real, a rare unguarded moment in royal history. But others, particularly in royal watching circles and, it seems, within the palace itself, were less impressed. The words cringe and embarrassing began to circulate, not just among online commentators but, if reports are to be believed, among those within the royal orbit. Many questioned whether such a display, however well-intentioned, was befitting of a couple with royal titles, especially on the cusp of a royal birth. Now, you might ask, what does this have to do with Buckingham Palace's famously frozen lips? Here's where things get interesting. A cheeky nod and an unmistakable signal. This week, Buckingham Palace hosted a high-profile reception for the King's Trust, the rebranded legacy of the Prince's Trust, with guests ranging from young entrepreneurs to TV personalities. Among them, Jamie Lang and Sophie Haboo, known for their playful public personas and successful podcast. During their visit, Jamie and Sophie recorded a short, light-hearted video inside the palace, one that playfully parodied Meghan's dance, complete with their own take on the baby mama moves. It was, in tone, cheeky but affectionate, a wink at the Sussexes' viral moment. But what happened next was anything but ordinary. Within minutes of Jamie and Sophie posting their video online, something truly remarkable occurred. the official Instagram account of the royal family, the digital face of King Charles III and the senior royals, left a public comment on the post. Just 2 words, accompanied by a series of emojis: "We see you." Eyes winking face. It was a digital ripple with the impact of a thunderclap in royal circles. Breaking the silence. What does it mean? This was not just a friendly acknowledgement. For decades, the palace's social media presence has been strictly formal, promoting charity work, official events, and carefully curated moments of family life. Direct engagement, especially on content referencing royal family drama or poking fun at family controversies, was unheard of. And yet, here it was, the Crown, not just watching, but speaking. The comment was loaded with meaning. The eyes emoji suggesting watchfulness, perhaps even surveillance. The wink, humor, complicity, a sense of we're in on the joke. The phrase itself, "We see you." Was it approval? A warning? A subtle rebuke? Royal experts pounced, dissecting every pixel, every nuance. The swiftness of the response, posted just minutes after the video went live, suggested not just awareness, but a keen interest in real-time digital conversations about the family. Why would the palace choose this moment, and this method, to break the code of silence? A calculated digital strategy, or an emotional slip? Some insiders see this as a watershed, a clear sign that Buckingham Palace, after years of being buffeted by the media storms unleashed by Harry and Meghan's revelations, has adopted a new, more active communication strategy. Rather than releasing a stiff formal statement, the palace can now use the tools of the digital age, comments, emojis, even a little humor, to signal its awareness and, perhaps, its stance. Others argue this is simply a case of if you can't beat them, join them. With royal stories and controversies playing out across social media in real time, a wall of dignified silence risks being misinterpreted as weakness, detachment, or irrelevance, especially to younger generations for whom social media is the primary stage. There's also the possibility that this was a one-off, a momentary slip, perhaps even a bit of digital mischief by a younger aide. But the timing, the context, and the calculated ambiguity all point toward something more deliberate. What's at stake? The Crown's digital future. For viewers of a certain age, those who grew up with the memory of the Queen's unflappable composure, or who remember when royal news arrived via radio bulletins and glossy magazine covers, this new style can be unsettling. It signals that even the most ancient institutions are having to adapt, sometimes on the fly, to a world where a single emoji can spark a global conversation or controversy. And let's be clear, this isn't just about Instagram comments. It's about who controls the narrative, and who gets the last word. For years, Harry and Meghan have dominated headlines, often portraying themselves as outsiders challenging the status quo. The palace's willingness to step into the fray, even in such a subtle, ambiguous way, suggests that the rules of engagement are changing. Silence, it seems, is no longer golden. Will we see more of this? Will the royal family begin using social media as a tool not just for outreach, but for subtle persuasion, even digital diplomacy? Or was this simply a well-timed wink, a way to let the world know that, yes, the palace sees, hears, and sometimes even smiles at the drama swirling around its gilded gates? Your thoughts? This small comment, in many ways, marks a big moment. It invites us to consider whether we're witnessing the birth of a new digital monarchy, one that is a little less aloof, a little more plugged in, and perhaps a little savvier about the power of a well-placed emoji. But what do you think? Was this the beginning of a new era in royal communication? Or just a fleeting, if fascinating, blip? How do you interpret "we see you"? Is it approval, disapproval, or simply the palace letting us know it's paying attention? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing your perspectives, especially on these moments when history and modernity collide. If you found today's analysis insightful, please give us a like and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes royal storytelling. For now, thank you for joining us and keep watching. You never know when the next royal message might appear, right in your newsfeed. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode.